I got started reproducing the passion that I had for the taste that I experienced after baseball practice in Little League. So it took years testing and sampling with loved ones and fraternity brothers and friends. And eventually, after graduating with a master's degree in college, I came back to Chicago and I continued to make ice cream. And I stepped out on faith. I didn't know an ounce about business. And I started making ice cream in the basement. I started selling ice cream out the trunk of my car and just really trying to share the passion that I had for ice cream with other people. And I would be remiss, I would be ungrateful, I'd be untruthful if I did not stop and pause and thank God for the words that I heard from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because it was those words that was like the amazing grace, how sweet the sound of his voice that saved me from my condition, want to be a slave. It inspired me to want to do something for myself. It gave me the inspiration where I believe that I can do for self. And so I have not had a break or respite since then. I've been working tirelessly since then to bring into reality the vision that I had back when I saw myself being the ice cream man of the country, the black ice cream manufacturer in America. And so that's the goal, that's the vision. So I went from there to selling ice cream out the back of other people's business institutions. Brother Kareem, I had a room in the back of our sister spot on 63rd Street. This is way back in 1996. And eventually I stepped out on faith and I opened up the first location right off 79th and Langley in the Chatham community. And I just believe I could do it. I didn't even have a license at first. They came and said, "Hey, brother, you got to get a license." And I said, "I submit." I just believe I could do it. And we went from there. And you were the first one, Brother Tory. See, people, you talk about my roots. Let's talk about your roots. See, people don't know you've been doing this for a very, very, very long time. It was Brother Tory with Bean Soup Time who wrote the very first article on Jabril Supreme Cream, which was the former name for Shawn Michelle's homemade ice cream. And so I'm forever grateful for your sojourn, Brother Tory, and your deeply rooted work amongst us as entrepreneurs. I would always and I will continue to partner with you and to use your services because I didn't switch the needle, right? I'm in the spirit of
You
gratitude.
good for that. You good for that.
Maybe God paused me for a second so I can first give credit and acknowledge the bridge that I've walked on. And so, again, we had a line down the street this summer. We had a line to the other corner. But it was you, Brother Tory, that was here every weekend taking video footage. It was you that caught the people that came from Milwaukee because they wanted to taste the banana pudding ice cream from Shawn Michelle's, or they were returning back to Shawn Michelle's for the banana pudding ice cream. So to make a long story short, to bridge everything, we went from 79th Street in 1999. My sister was the tragic incident of time. My sister was killed in a car accident, Shawn Michelle's. And so we paused as a family. I stepped back and God strengthened me and gave me the vision to reopen my vision in an honor and dedication to my sister Shawn. And so we were blessed to secure a location right across the street from Chicago State, right off 95th and Calumet on the corner. And we made a small store, very, very beautiful. And it was a better experience than even 79th Street. And we're thankful for 79th Street. And we still get customers to this very day from that very first location that opened in 1998. And we went from 95th and Calumet to 119th Street in Blue Island. We had the cones sitting out front. And that's when we started to attract more of the writers in Chicago, media attention. And our popularity started to grow. And we wanted more. The vision was to expand, to scale. So we went from there to our location on 87th Street, right off of Everline. And although the structure wasn't quite feasible for Shawn Michelle's homemade ice cream parlor, but we still learned. It was part of our blessing. It was part of the bridge that we walked upon. But it had a bulletproof window. And it's hard to tell you to come with your children to the ice cream shop with a bulletproof window up. So that was a part of our journey. We went from there. We were looking at getting a location more family friendly. And what I wanted always to be in Bronzeville. I was looking back then to find the perfect home right here in Bronzeville, right in this historical community. But it wasn't available for me at that time. I still had some preparation to do. So God, I guess, sent me up north. I was wondering how is Shawn Michelle's fair and that main market where you have all of those major institutions at. So we went up there. We went from Blue Island to Broadway, and we opened up Shawn Michelle's homemade ice cream on North Broadway. And by God's grace, we was well received in the community. We had everybody was coming for that ice cream, but it was still a part of the learning bridge. I did not know at that time that it's not just the recipe alone. I just didn't know at that time that it was not just the marketing. I had a few slices of the pie, but we were still missing the whole pie. Okay. And so what happened was our mechanical system in that small space couldn't keep the ice cream cold. So as soon as the weather got hot, all the ice cream started melting. But you got to keep pushing. Remember, faith is a substance of things that you hope for. It's the evidence of things yet seen, but you should see something. So I was still in the process, okay? So a good friend of mine, very close, Jamal King. Some of you all might know him for making real estate real. I'm going down. I got to get a credit along my way. You know, God placed people in your life, and you ultimately have to acknowledge that it's Him that's doing it. You know, I got to give credit to Baldwin. My mother took me there as a child. I got to give credit to those who laid a foundation for where I'm at. And so the Rosenwald building was being redone, a major project here in the city of Chicago. And my friend Jamal, he said, yeah, basically, are you interested in opening up in Bronzeville? Lord knows that I was. And so he asked me to meet him over here at the Rosenwald building. And nothing was in this building except for mud and dirt. You had to have a hard hat on and you had to have those big boots on just to walk through this place. And so you had to have a vision of what you wanted this thing to look like. So I said, okay, I had no idea of what it was going to take to open up this Rosenwald. I had never participated in a build up from the ground up. This was totally brand new for me. So I worked day and night for 2 years. I worked 3 jobs, saving. I qualified for whatever local programs that was available. And I thank God for the programs that the city of Chicago and the partners of the city of Chicago made available for businesses like mine. Again, we're going down that gratitude bridge. And by God's grace, 2 years later, I had a picture of what I wanted on my wall years before I came to the Rosenwald building. So it reminds me of the scripture that says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And so it's the gratitude bridge. I did not know that it was going to take 2 years, so I didn't open in 2018. And with the help of God, I was able to build and to place into reality the image that I had on my wall. I have a vision board. If you can't see something, I tell my staff all the time, you can't be something. And so we have to claim what we want. We have to believe what we want. We have to go after what we want. And so what you see now is what I call a model of what you're going to see moving forward. So help me, God. We're going to scale from Chicago to other similar Black communities, just like Bronzeville. But we're a service to the whole entire larger area of the city of Chicago. And you cross boundaries when you participating in what I like to say, when you sharing that God has given you as a gift. Everybody can see it. Everybody can appreciate it. So to make a long story short, we're here in Bronzeville. And our goal is to take you back down memory lane. But this time, bring your children too. We're giving you that homemade ice cream, the kind you turn with the churn. We're giving you real homemade ice cream. We're giving you ice cream custard, straight milk cream, eggs, and sugar. We're giving you that you could only find at your grandma's house. And I like to say everybody loves vanilla. You haven't had vanilla until you tried the vanilla at Shawn Michelle's homemade ice cream. You have people who have literally broke down into tears because it reminded them of experiences that they had as a child. So this, I like to call this the culinary ministry. Our goal is to put a smile on the face of our people, in particular during a time like this, these trying times. So we just want to do our part, one scoop at a time. And we have also taking you back down the bridge of memory lane with old school buttercrust peach cobblers as well. We have flavors that you can't find nowhere else. Why? Because we want to take what we've experienced as a child and we want to bring it back, but I like to say, put it in a luxury vehicle. So we got butter pecan. How can you be a old school ice cream parlor without butter pecan? But we also got a bourbon butter pecan. Yeah, we got vanilla, but we also have a fresh bourbon brown sugar vanilla bean. Of course, we got banana pudding ice cream, hard to find, but you won't be able to taste the distinction in flavor from the ice cream versus what you would have if you had a scoop of banana pudding out the refrigerator that your grandma made. Yeah, we got peach cobbler ice cream. I mean, peach cobbler, real peach cobbler, but we also have peach cobbler ice cream. We got flavors like honey cinnamon graham cracker, which is the very first flavor that I made when I was in college. I didn't start off with vanilla. I really go off inspiration.
I'm writing. I'm taking notes, man. I want people to understand. There's
Praise
some new
God.
words to put into your
Come on.
vocabulary. The
Come
gratitude
on.
bridge. Let's talk
Come
about the
on now.
gratitude bridge, man.
So I know that I'm on a road and I don't want to go beyond what you had in mind, Brother Tory. But I'm very, very thankful. And it just shows you, hey, when things seem to get off track, say a prayer,
That's
whatever it
right.
is that you do, and that God might imbue you with the spirit that He wants you to have. So whatever happened today was meant to happen. And I'm so thankful. My wonderful, beautiful wife, I can't close my remarks without giving thanks for my beautiful wife, because behind any strong any man, period, behind any strong man, you better know it's a woman that helped him to be that way. And we can't rise no higher. We taught a nation can rise no higher than this woman. So I thank God for my lovely wife and all of her support that she has given me and continue to give me. And she was helping me to troubleshoot as we were going through this here today. I really wanted her to be on here with us. And maybe sometime in the near future, we'll both be able to talk to your wonderful audience together.
Man,
And thank you.
absolutely, man. You know, definitely. That was going to be my next question to mention her. Definitely works hard with you, alongside of you in the business. Has a wonderful spirit and energy. And I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge that she is a Limb Bloom alumni. Swoop, swoop,
Shucks.
swoop. So, and
I
you
knew
know, look, I don't know. I
somewhere.
don't know. I got to make sure Mays know this, man. He let the cult in the building, man. We have Mr.
Coke.
1988, Tory Muhammad, formerly known as Tory Rocket, in the building, man, holding it down for
Big
the
truck.
Eagles.
Come on.